Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
Now, this is something I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Now, I'd imagine it's probably a question a lot of people have thought about. And I wrote it down, so let me just read it to you how I wrote it. Okay. So there's a saying that PKs are the wildest children, right? Do you think that the ultra-disciplined environment contributes to stifling the growth and development of the children, or do you think the children just rebel as teenagers, but because of the weight and expectations of being a PK, it's more recognized?
Wow.
So it's a bit of a...
That's a juicy question.
This is me thinking on my own, just that why is that a stereotype there? What do you think?
Interesting.
I mean, you can kind of, I guess, relate it to yourself to feel like...
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
I think there's an element of both. There's this weight and expectation that's placed on pastors' children that is not achievable. That's the truth. There's an expectation that's not realistic that's placed on them. Like it's almost like you have to be a superhuman. You have to be a super teenager. You have to be a super adult. But actually, you're just like any other young person
going
that's
through
growing
ups
up.
and downs, going through
exactly.
your
So I think there's
lows.
definitely an element of that where there's a lot of pressure that comes with that from society, from those around that. It's just because you're a pastor's child, because your father or your mother is responsible for preaching or sharing the gospel. It's almost like you should know, you should be able to...
You should know better.
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
Yeah, you should be the first to kind of follow those instructions kind of thing. So I think there definitely is that pressure, which I think does put a lot of, or drives a lot of pastors' children
kind of rebel.
To rebel or to just not desire to want to follow God, because it's just too much pressure, and they start to do things not because they've accepted Christ themselves, but because people have just placed that expectations on them. So I think there's definitely an aspect of that, but there's also the bit of just not just like what pressures people have put on, just the fact that they're just growing like any other teenager, like I said. So in society they will face the same hurdles that anyone else is facing as well. So so I would say that it's a bit of both influences. I can't say. I think the pressure from society definitely plays a big part. I don't think that pastors' children are any worse than
that's
any
what I was
other
thinking. Why would it be any
person.
different? Why
I
would
don't
it be any
think so.
different? Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that they're just like any other young person, any other child that's growing up. But it's just those expectations. What's expected, what people expect that you're supposed to be able. That's what makes it different, and it makes it kind of blows it out of proportion as well. Like it magnifies the behavior. So if you see a child that's not a pastor's child and a child, if they're doing the exact same thing, the pastor's child will be blown out of proportion because it's the expectation that's placed on it.